Luba she's sort of the matriarch of the family. She's been rich all her life and she's lost all her money. Now she's coming back and facing the loss of her childhood home in Cherry Orchard, and she is not very good at coping with thinking about money.
Lepakin is a very businesslike, very intelligent man. He wants to do right by the family, and even if that means doing something that they don't really like.
Varia is not like a funny character. Like I said, all the serious things happen to her, takes herself way too seriously, has no time for a lot of the humour and stuff. So
she's the youngest in the family, she's 17. She's a bit of a character going through a bit of a rebellious phase.
Our Peter Trofimov, he's a obnoxious hipster, much like myself.
Well, Gayev is a rich high society man who has a very carefree nature.
In a word, crazy, unpredictable. That's actually 2 words, but they are probably the best way to describe her. She's just a whimsical character who comes in and out.
Yasha is a difficult character to love. He is lazy, self-absorbed.
Danyasha is the maid. She is a little delusional about her place in the world, as well as her relationship status, I guess.
Fierce is an ageing manservant, or household manager who laments the passing of the old world and the arrival of the new. He does not fit in at all.
Kushik is a dreamer. He's somebody who is always owed lots of money, but he always seems to think he can dig his way out of his financial troubles.
So I'm playing Epikidov. He's a clerk that works in the house. He's a bit of a clumsy fella. He plays guitar and he sings. He's got a little bit of a love triangle going on between Yasha and Yasha.
I don't think there's a lot of difference between the modern setting and the classical setting. It's still the people with their issues. Time doesn't really seem to play a factor, nor location in the world.
I think the Cherry Orchard actually really maps really well onto a modern era. It's a story about kind of upward mobility and downward mobility, and shifts in people's wealth and class, and people who had traditionally been upper class or upper middle class not coping with there suddenly being new people around who have money and who have power. So I think it really easily maps onto a lot of different time periods, and I do think that's one of the geniuses of Chekhov.
The classics can't be forgotten about. They really stay true. There's a reason they are classics. They stand the test of time. So yeah, I think it's a good thing to be able to do every now and then.
It does deal with letting go the old and embracing the new, and we are always doing that as human beings, having to let go the old, what we are accustomed to, and embracing the new. And that's not always easy.
The fun part about Chekhov's play is that, when you have the right ensemble to dissect it and explore the story together, it does really turn into something magical.
The workshopping nature of the lovely directors has been a pleasure to be a part of, as opposed to many other chess piece directions that I have had to partake in my time. Not that there's anything wrong with that, but having the freedom and nature of this kind is fantastic.
The way that the show resolves itself feels, I think, very sort of true to life in ways that are nice and maybe also not so nice, without spoiling too much.
Incredibly relevant still today. I mean, especially in today's environment where it is harder and harder to find a home or keep a home because of how the housing market is at the moment.
But it's very different to kind of anything that I've done before in even drama classes that I used to do. So it's been a really interesting experience working with everyone to make Chekhov come to life. I feel like a very unique genre in itself.
The context is just timeless to begin with. It's very much relevant to today's, societal situation. I think bringing it into a sort of modern context just was one less barrier for people to sort of try and get over to connect to it. So I think it'll connect really well with people.
It's such a great cast, they're so funny. And I think the themes and the characters are absolutely applicable across the ages. So I'm sure we've all met a Lubov at some point in our life.
Yeah, I think it's definitely a good idea just to make it all funky and jazz it up a bit for the new audience.
Come on, tickets are only $25. Yeah, $25 a pop. Come on down, bring your friends. See you here.
In the end, go for it. Chekhov's not going to come and punch you in the face.